All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Halifax and West Community Council for April 22nd, 2025. I'd like to confirm with the clerk that we have quorum for this evening's meeting.
Chair Cuddle, I can confirm that we have quorum for tonight's meeting.
Perfect. So with that, I will call the meeting to order and recognize that Halifax Regional Municipality is located in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and traditional lands of the Mi'kmaq people. The municipality acknowledges the peace and friendship treaties signed in this territory and recognizes that we are all treaty people. Because we're virtual, I'm going to do a quick roll call here to make sure everyone's video and microphones are working. I'm Councillor Patty Cuddle. I'm the chair of Halifax and West, and I'll ask for Councillor Catherine Morris, vice chair.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Councillor Laura White.
Hello.
Hello. Councillor Virginia Hinch. I don't believe she's joined us yet.
Hello.
Oh, there she is, just like that, just in time. Welcome. Councillor Sean Cleary has sent his regrets, and Councillor Janet Steele.
And I'm here.
Hello. So now that we're all here, I'm gonna ask for approval of the minutes from March 17th, 2025. Is there a mover and a seconder?
Second.
Moved by Councillor Morris, and I saw Councillor Steele's hand go up there quickly. Are there any errors or omissions in the minutes? No? Okay, with that, call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That looks like it passes unanimously. Thank you. We'll move on to approval of the order of business and approval of additions and deletions. Would somebody like to move that for us, please? Councillor Steele.
Second.
Seconded by Councillor Morris. Madam Clerk, are there any additions or deletions to the agenda this evening?
Chair Cuddle, there are no additions or deletions from the clerk's office for this evening's meeting.
Okay, and do any members of Halifax and West have any additions or deletions or modifications to the order of business? Seeing none, I'll call for a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Councillor Steele, Councillor Morris, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes. Thank you. Item 4, business arising out of the minutes. There's none. Call for declaration of conflict of interest. Is there anyone here this evening that would like to declare a conflict of interest? Seeing none, we will proceed on to motions of reconsideration. There are none. There are no motions of rescission. There's no consideration of deferred business, and there are no notices of tabled matters. We don't have any public hearings this evening, so we'll move on to correspondence, petitions, and delegations. Madam Clerk, has any correspondence been received?
Chair Cuddle, no correspondence has been received for this meeting. As well, the clerk's office did not receive any petitions for this meeting.
Thank you. Do any committee members have any petitions to present? Seeing none, move on. We don't have any presentations this evening. Public participation. So in order to have been able to participate at tonight's meeting using Zoom, pre-registration was required prior to 4:30, the business day prior to the meeting prior to the meeting, so that would have been Thursday. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone signed up for public participation?
Chair Kettle, the clerk's office does not have anyone registered to speak during public participation.
Okay, thank you very much. We don't have any information items brought forward, which brings us to the main event of this evening, which is case 14.1.1, case 24505. A development agreement for 10 Kirk Road, Halifax, for Bearland condominium development and rehabilitation of a registered heritage property. I know we have staff here. We have Elizabeth Cushing. But Madam Clerk, would you like us to put the motion on the floor first?
Yes, Chair Kettle, I would recommend doing that.
Okay. This is in my district, but since I'm chairing, I'm wondering if one of the other members of the committee would be able to put this on the floor. Councillor White.
Sure. I move that Halifax and West Community Council give notice of motion to consider the proposed development agreement as set out in Attachment A of the staff report dated September 4, 2024, to enable the construction of 15 single-unit residences as a Bearland condominium on the registered heritage property located at 10 Kirk Road and schedule a public hearing.
Second.
All right, seconded by Councillor Morris. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak to this item? No? Okay, so I will note that this is a first reading. The first reading puts the motion on the floor, which then enables a public hearing to be scheduled. I know that there are members of this community watching this evening, and it will be through the public hearing that you will have an opportunity to speak and submit correspondence. And you could either do that in person at the public hearing or virtually, but you need to sign up ahead of time. So with that, I'll ask all those in favor, or I'll call for the question, actually. I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes unanimously. Move on to motions. We don't have any motions this evening. We do have some in-camera minutes from March 17th, 2025 that need to be approved. Would someone like to put the motion on the floor?
I can. I'd like to test them in public. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Yep. So I move that the in-camera private minutes of March 17th, 2025 to be approved as circulated.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councillor Morris. Does anyone have any errors or omissions in those minutes that they'd like to note? Okay, with that, I will call for the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Passes. We don't have any items. Does anybody have any notices of motion this evening? Okay, I see no notices of motions. So with that, the date of the next meeting is May 20th, 2025, and I'll call for adjournment. Councillor Steele.